Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training. I am Joy Adamson, Acting Chief Education Officer. We're here this morning again to receive some needed tablets for the school children of Barbados. And I want to recognize the presence of the Rotary Club of Barbados and First Caribbean International Caribbean Bank. And I'll invite Mrs. Fiona Hines now to the lectern to introduce the persons who will be making a presentation. Ms. Hines?
Good morning and thanks to all. So I will establish the protocols. So thank you, Ms. Adamson, Acting Chief Education Officer, to Parliamentary Secretary, Senator Dr. Romel Springer, thanks much for assisting us with this presentation. To First Caribbean International Bank Barbados Limited, thank you, and they're represented today by Mr. Raymond Ward. And this could not have been done without you, so we thank you. To Ms. Tanya Mears, Acting Director, Information Technology and Quality Assurance Unit. She has been of great assistance to me every time we make one of these presentations. So thanks. To my fellow Rotarians here today, thank you. And to the media and press who are able to make it, thanks. And to the RAIN, thanks. So today is possible because of the Rotary Club of Barbados and its sponsor partners. And today's sponsor partner is, today's sponsor partner is the First Caribbean International Bank Barbados Limited. Rotary Club of Barbados sees a need to help. And we help in different ways and at different times. And the current time is in education so that our children can have a chance in the digital world. Yes, COVID made it a necessity, but life made it a necessity before COVID, and we saw the need to continue to help in this regard. But we cannot do it alone. We do it with the help of those who help us. So our motto is service above self. Our motto for the year is Rotary Opens Opportunities, and to all those persons who give us the assistance to open these opportunities, we say thanks. I can actually wax poetic of all the things that we can do to help people, whether or not you're in the Rotary Club of Barbados or not. I can wax poetic of the things we don't do to help people. But what I can say is that every little bit counts. Every little bit helps that child today who is in need of assistance and helps that child compete at the global level in the digital education atmosphere. So, thank you again for accepting our kind donation. Thank you for giving our kind donation. And may we all continue in our own special way to serve above self.
Thank you, Ms. Hines. I now invite our Senator, our Parliamentary Secretary here in the Ministry of Education to speak on behalf of the Ministry of Education. Senator?
Thank you, Mrs. Adamson. Representatives from the First Caribbean International Bank and the Rotary Club of Barbados. Members of the media, good morning. The local education sector has been hit especially hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. It is the goal of the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training to see that the process of educating our nation's children is not curtailed, while still being very mindful of the necessity of maintaining procedures to safeguard them. Distant learning through the use of technologies obviously now becomes an integral part of the process. We would appreciate that there are vulnerable groups within the society where children have no access to such technologies, and therefore it is with deep gratitude that we acknowledge this generous donation of 20 tablets. On behalf of the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, I sincerely thank the Rotary Club of Barbados and First Caribbean International Bank, Barbados Limited, for choosing to give back and for being willing to partner with this ministry to safeguard equitable scholastic security for the children of this nation, by ensuring that all of them can have access to the necessary distant learning modalities and that no child is left behind. Once again, I thank you.
As Ms. Hines said, this donation would not have been possible without the input from First Caribbean, and therefore I invite the representatives to speak on behalf of First Caribbean and speak about the donation.
Senator Dr. Rommel Springer, Parliamentary Secretary, Ms. Joy Adamson, Chief Education Officer, other officials from the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, President Ms. Fiona Hines, and other members of the Rotary Club of Barbados, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The year 2020 started with much promise for many of us, and then COVID-19 came along and brought the world to its knees. Along the way, this pandemic has taught us many a lesson. Some of us learned to cook, others learned to garden, many of us had to learn to work from home, but many of our students did not have the right tools for which they can work from home, and that's the reason why we're here today. The Rotary Club of Barbados recognized the need to ensure that no child is left behind and contacted the bank in this regard. This is one request that our committee willingly embraced when we were approached. However, First Caribbean has not been quiet during this pandemic, as regionally we have responded to many of the needs around the Caribbean. In March, when the first cases started to surface in the region, we donated $250,000 US to the various countries to assist with the purchase of much-needed COVID-19 testing kits. In Barbados, we donated Barbados $50,000 to the Adopt a Family program, where vulnerable families were given $600 per month to assist with food and expenses. In addition, the bank donated $20,000 to the Barbados Alliance to End Homelessness as a part of an ongoing commitment as we sought to assist the disadvantaged at this very trying time. Additionally, we joined some of our other financial institutions to give waivers and moratoria to a lot of our clients to help ease the pressure as many of them were enduring during this time. Just last week, we launched a new program entitled the First Caribbean Unsung Frontline Heroes, where we are seeking to reward those selected by the public and a committee that I've been given the privilege to chair for their hard work on the front line in Barbados during this global crisis. The program is a regional one, and we will be seeking out and rewarding similar heroes in the other 15 territories where we operate. It gives me great pleasure today to be a part of this presentation as we hand over these 20 tablets to the Rotary Club and the Ministry of Education and Technological and Vocational Training to ensure that 20 more of our children will be able to take advantage of the educational opportunities offered to them through online schooling. COVID-19 has propelled us all into the digital realm even more quickly than many had anticipated. Therefore, we know that these devices will be an invaluable learning aid and tool for many of them for a long time to come. And for this, we thank you.
Okay, so now we've come to the official part where we will be handing over officially